What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Will Powers, back with another weekly live stream. Now, this is the third time I've been trying to record this shit. There's something been going on funky with the internet, the connection. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But I'm just going to move forward and hopefully there'll be no issues. So, the topic for tonight's live stream is all about how to build value in your social circle. So, definitely get ready, strap in, and sit back. This is going to be a good one. I know you guys have been waiting for this one, so here it is. What up, Jose? What's good, G? So, how to build value in your social circle. The first and foremost thing that you need to do in order to build value in your social circle is you need to be the one taking charge and organizing events. So, this is the fundamental thing that you need to do. You need to start being the one to organize events and outings with your social circle, with your group that you are associated with. All right. So a lot of people make this more complicated than it needs to be. Yes, you can throw a party at your house, or you can organize a party, or you can have you organize a dinner or a weekly dinner at your house, or a games night at your house, or a movie night at your house. Simple shit. It does not have to be complicated, guys. So don't overcomplicate it. All right. I just gave you like 5 ideas. So literally you could run with any of those. Movie night, game night, dinner. You could do simply just organizing an outing to all go to dinner, or to go out to do some fun activity or go to the bar, whatever it is. All it is that you have to be the one actually organizing the outings, taking charge, taking that initiative, and actually making something happen, okay? Now, this is the first step, okay? The next step is once you're out with your social circle in these environments that you have curated, that you have organized, or at your crib or whatever it is, doesn't matter. When you're in the context of these outings, then you need to take charge and be the one that's leading and basically making things happen in that environment, making the decisions, right? People are always looking for someone to step up and lead and make the decisions, okay? And if you can be that guy, then bam, your value goes up through the roof, especially for women, because now you're the leader of men. Men are following you. Men are following your lead because a lot of men aren't going to step up and take the lead and make those decisions. So when you do it, you're demonstrating all the attractive qualities of a man, and men will follow your lead because you're certain and decisive about your actions. And the women will start to see you as the alpha of the group, and they will naturally be attracted to you. Okay, so that's the core fundamental pieces of building value in your social circle. I'm going to go much more in depth, but those are the fundamental key pieces, okay? Organize outings, be the guy who's taking charge in those environments and making decisions, okay? So let's say that you're out at whatever, dinner, the bar, whatever it is. You're going to be the one who is actually kind of rounding people up, kind of taking the orders, whatever it is, making giving the orders to the person, if it's food or drinks or whatever, moving people. So literally moving people around, just be the one to be like, hey, let's go over here. Let's all go into this room. Let's do this. Let's do that. Whatever it is that you're doing, right? And it's simple. It's really not complicated. You just have to be certain about the actions you're taking and lead decisively, and people will follow you, because the reality is that people are always, like I said, people are always looking for someone to lead, and they will follow anyone who leads decisively and with certainty. Whoever's the most certain is going to be the one that people follow. So don't worry about it. Just take some action and lead, and people are just going to follow you. Have a plan, think through it, have a plan. But then once you have that plan, just execute it, and people will follow you, the women will follow you, and you'll be good. So now the next step is to actually even raise your value even higher in that social circle is to be the one introducing people to each other, right? And again, this is super simple, but extremely powerful. You want to be the one who knows everyone, because maybe not every single person in your social circle knows each other. So you want to make those connections and actually be the one introducing people to each other. And you want to be very, very social and just working your social circle in that way. So just go around and just introduce people to each other, introduce the girls to each other, introduce the girls to guys, introduce the guys to guys, and just be the one making all the connections. And then now you have the highest status in that group. You have the highest status in that social circle because you know everybody and you're the guy who's making everyone connect, right? You're leading, you're taking decisive action, you're moving people around, you're organizing everything, and you're also the one introducing people to each other. And another thing I want to say about this, guys, is that this is why most guys won't do this, because it actually, you have to take initiative. Like, it's not easy to be the leader. You know, people are always like, they look up to the leader. That's because they don't want to fucking do it themselves. You know, being the leader, it's a lot of responsibility. Organizing outings and shit, it's a lot of responsibility. You have to actually reach out to everybody. You have to coordinate everything. You have to be the one that's finding the ideas of what to do, like all of that, right? That's why that person has so much value, and that's why they get all the girls and they get the highest value in the social circle, because they're actually taking it upon themselves. They're taking all that responsibility on, right? So it's a responsibility. If you want to do that, you have to take on that responsibility. If you don't, you're not going to build value in your social circle. That's really how it's done. So now I'm going to go a little bit further into how you actually, so you've built your value. Now you want to build your value in a little bit more attractive to women way. Like, you're already going to be the one that the women are attracted to, guarantee it, if you're doing everything I've just told you to do. There's no way around it. All the women are going to be attracted to you, and they're going to be, you know, hoping that they have a chance with you. However, you can still fuck it up if you got no game and you don't know how to deal with that. So what you want to do to build your sexual market value in that community, in your social circle, is after you're introducing everybody to each other, again, you're kind of being that social butterfly, you're owning the room, and then what you want to do is you want to be kind of like pulling your attention away from the girls. You don't want to be spending too much time talking to the girls. Like, you talk to them a little bit and then you go talk to someone else, and you talk to one girl and then you go talk to another girl. The guys make these mistakes. They want to like connect deeply with like one girl they're attracted to, and that's where you fuck up, because now you've kind of like put yourself in a situation where you're like more in scarcity around it, and you're like, oh, this is the girl I like and I want to talk to. So then everyone else you're not building value with, and they get kind of left behind, and because of that, you're not going to have as much value in the group. I'm not saying be totally superficial. You can connect authentically and deeply to people, but you don't want to be spending too much time giving your attention and energy to one person or one girl. You want to be spreading it around as much as possible. And kind of with the girls especially, you want to be leaving them wanting more. So you want to give them a little bit of that good feeling. And then, of course, like, refer to the other video that the other live stream I already put out about how to actually attract girls in your social circle and how to gain them, and like apply all of that stuff, right? Because I'm not going to go into all that in this live stream because I already did that. But, you know, the subtle little hints, the little sexual communications, the nonverbal stuff, all of that stuff, just apply all that stuff once you've done everything I've said to build this value. And then just, again, leave them wanting more. So just continue to always leave the girls wanting more. Withdraw your attention at high notes when it's going really well. Pull it away. Go talk to another girl. Let the girls get really jealous, and then they're just going to start competing for your attention, and they're going to literally, you can just chill, kick back, and they are going to compete for you. They're going to be all over you and competing for you, and then you can just pick which one you want at the end of the night or whatever. The other little key to this, though, and this is like another little kind of bonus value nugget I'm going to drop on you, little jewel, is that you also want to be friend zoning the girls, right? Because you don't want to be looked at as the guy who's like trying to hit on all the girls, because that's like, that's the opposite of what you want. You want to be the guy that, like, they're all hitting on you and you're the one saying no. You're the one putting them in the friend zone, and telling them like, no, like, no, I know you want me, but you know, it can never happen. Like, we're just friends. That can't happen. We can never cross that line, you know? Like, build that sexual tension and never let it, like, never like release it. Like, always have that sexual tension between you and the girls in your social circle. Always be building that sexual tension and flirting and bantering in very subtle ways, but don't release it and basically make them chase by telling them that they're just your friends. So there's all this sexual tension, but you're basically being like, nah, like, yeah, no, you know you want this, da 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 da, but don't get any ideas. We're just friends. Like, literally steal that line. That line's just, you know, don't get any ideas. We're just friends. Just drop that. You're just talking to them. You feel like, don't get any ideas. We're just friends. Like, you know, that can never happen. You know, I can see your dirty little mind turning there, but we're just friends. You know. So always put them in the friend zone. Let them compete over you. Lay back and let them game you. Let them chase you. And then, you know, from there, just apply the other shit. And then once you are in a situation where you can be a little more isolated, then you can run like some relatively more normal game with those girls, you know, get their contacts, hook up with them, whatever the fuck it is. But really kind of like do it. You would still want to pretty much do it as like friends and be like the guy that like kind of fucks all your female friends in the social circle, but you're just friends, right? And always telling them like not to get any ideas and shit and like letting them compete over you. So that's really it. That's pretty much all it takes to build value in your social circle. And I even went over the, you know, above and beyond there and just over delivered and gave you some real jewels around actually, like, once you have that value, how to use that value to not only attract the girls but effectively get them chasing you and gaming you. So Supri asked, is there a fine line from building your circle to people using you? Interesting question, Supri. Yeah, there's definitely people can use you, but the thing is that people aren't going to be using you if you're the guy I'm talking about. Like, the guy I'm talking about, he commands respect, he has boundaries, he's assertive, he takes charge. People would not be using you. If people are using you, then they're using you because they see you have high value and they can benefit from that. And that's fine. It's a value exchange. So just benefit from, you know, as long as they're bringing something from the table, or if they're bringing something to the table, then that's fine. They can, if they're trying to use you, let them use you, and then just make sure that you're also benefiting from them in some way. Like, and I'm not saying you should use people or it's okay for them to use you. And that's a whole nother thing. I mean, if someone's really using you, why are you their friends? Why are you associating with that person? Why are you allowing them in your social circle? Like, you gotta have boundaries. So that's a whole nother question. Supri, does that kind of answer your question? Because I'm wondering if there was something else you're actually asking that isn't exactly what I just addressed. So if there is another question, you know, type it now, and I'll try to answer it. Does anybody else have any questions about anything that I've just said about how to build your value in your social circle or how to navigate these sorts of situations? I'll give you about like 10 seconds if you have something, and then if not, and if Supri doesn't ask another question, then we'll probably call it there. Nah, you got it. Word. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely don't let people use you, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have boundaries. When you're this kind of person though in your social circle, when you build your value up like this, and you're really the person, the highest value male in the group, and all the women are wanting you and shit, like, guys are not gonna try to use you, and women aren't either. Women are just gonna be hoping that they can have a chance with you. So you really don't need to be worried about people using you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you really want to be honest about it, you know, you are kind of using people, right? You're using them to your advantage to create a situation that's going to raise your value. So really, you got to look at people as, any human beings in any relationship is a value exchange. And all that matters is that you are giving and providing value, and then also getting value back from the people you're interacting with in those relationships. There's always going to be a value exchange. And so you want to make sure that you're giving value first and foremost, and that you're also receiving it back you know, that you're not giving it in a way where people are taking advantage of it, right? And you wouldn't, if you're doing everything I'm talking about and everything else I talk about and teach you guys, you wouldn't be doing that. Hamza B asks, what's the best way to invite people to these events? The best way to ask people to invite people to these events is simply by organizing the events and then basically kind of very assumptively saying that we're all doing this, right? So it's kind of almost like fake it till you make it a little bit. Like you have to pretty much like, I mean, you could do it through Facebook, you could do it through IG, you could do it through text message. It doesn't really matter the platform. I would say whatever platform you are the most comfortable with, that you connect with people the most. Like if that's IG for you, use IG. If that's Facebook, use Facebook. If you just text people, do that. Whatever's like your go-to that you communicate with people on, and that you have some connections with people through, use that. You can definitely use Facebook invites and stuff like that. You can do all kinds of different things. I would say experiment and see what works for you, and use what you play to your strengths around that. But as far as how, like, what to say or some shit, it's simple, man. You just like make it sound really cool and just say that you already have there's already a group that's doing what you're going to do. Hey, we're all going to go out and do this. Like, oh, hey, you know, me and my friends, you know, I'm organizing this event. We're all going to go do this Taco Tuesday thing. We're all going to do a game night. We're all going to do a movie night at my place. We're all going to do this and that, right? People are always looking for something to do. And if someone is providing value and saying, this is a cool thing, and other people are already coming to this thing, then a lot of times people are going to come. You know, and then, like I said, this live stream is about how to build value in your social circle. It's assuming you already have one. If you don't have one, then that's a different topic. You have to build a social circle. That's different. I'm talking about if you already have a social circle. So if you're already part of a circle of men and women, hopefully attractive women that you're already a part of, this is how you build value in that group if you're already in a group like that. And trust me, like, no one's going to think anything of it if you just start taking charge. They're just going to be like, oh, that's dope. He's like really doing some shit. And the guys are going to be like more down to just follow your lead. And the women are going to be impressed and be curious about what it's going to be. So it's just, you just have to kind of play to your strengths and also read your audience. Like, so who is it that you're inviting to do these things? What are they into? Don't invite a bunch of girls who are into who are into yoga and mindfulness meditation and you know, ecstatic dance to a nightclub, because that's probably not their scene. You know, don't invite, I mean, and for these outings, I wouldn't suggest going to a nightclub, because then you're like now in a bunch of competition. Like, you don't want to go to a place like that. You want to go to like you know, cool, chill places that are a little bit more like where you can actually connect. You know, or like I said, like the best thing would be to like to have them come to your place, right? Do a movie night or a game night at your place, or a dinner night at your place, or something like that. Or if it's an outing, do a hike, organize like a hike, you know. But then you got to know, let's say if you're going to organize a hike, then you have to make sure that everybody that you're inviting is into hiking, right? So do a little research on the people in your social circle and find out what they're into, and then just organize an event around the things that they're into, right? Because you know they're going to be wanting to do those things already, right? Or if they like cool like festivals, maybe you take them and you go out to a festival, but you're the person who's organizing it. You're the person who's saying, hey, there's this cool thing going on. I'm going to check it out. We got a group going. You should come. Bring some friends, right? Like things like that. So yeah, do your due diligence. Find out what people are into. Organize events around what you know they're into and what you like to do. Make sure it's about what you like to do as well. But if you're in a social circle, hopefully you like to do the same thing that the people that you kick it with like to do, right? So just make sure that all of that is in alignment and congruent. And then just say like, hey, we're all doing this. You should come through, and then create a Facebook invite if you want, or do you know, whatever you want to do to actually execute on that. But it can be as simple as you know, as just texting people or whatever. And you know, if you want, you could even create a flyer, you know, create a cool little flyer, write a description that sounds really cool of the event, and then just send that out as an invite. And say that you already have a group coming, right? Because people, the law of social proof, people want to do things that other people are already doing. They like things that other people, they're more likely to like something or someone if someone else and other people have already shown that they like it and they like them. All right, there you go. All right, I just gave you guys like so much fucking value. So hope you appreciate that shit. If you did get value from this fucking live stream, give me a thumbs up or a heart or whatever. That's greatly appreciated. You know, let Zuckerberg know that like more people should join this group, and you know, it would be greatly appreciated. And also comment down below your biggest takeaways and other questions you might have. Or like I said, you know, I'm starting to see more engagement in this group, and that's fantastic. I really want to see more of it. So let's keep it going. Let's keep engaging in this group and really support each other. You know, start connecting with the people in this group, because there's a lot of potential in this group for all of you guys to connect and become a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could even bring your social circles together, then be the guy who's introducing the social circles together. It's like, you know, there's a lot of endless possibilities. So go apply all of this shit and drop your comments about, you know, your takeaways or anything else that you want to add to the conversation, or you have questions or suggestions, things you want to see me do live streams on, and you know, I will consider doing those topics. All right, with that, Will Powers signing off. Peace.